And by the way, this is Oscar. He's my assistant, or maybe I'm his, I don't know. Between meetings, and you need a pick me up and your brain to switch on. This is an amazing secret. By Holborn, it's a little park that not many people even know about. Like, you need to squeeze inside the buildings, and then you get into this oasis in the middle of the city. I love this place, and then I can react much faster than sometimes I wish to. Oh, it was definitely fun. Hello, I'm Darya. I'm here with AJOSEPO, and I'm showing the contents of my bag, which I was literally forced to build because I'm very much go with the minimum possible, so I can have my phone and my keys and nothing else with me and feel super comfortable. But let's imagine I have to have a bag. Yes. So this is a piece that was a present, and it's a Louis Vuitton bag, quite old, but still like I love it. And inside is a fragrance. And I'm having this one just because I had it at home, but if I have to choose, it will be Hermes Samarkand, probably, that define me much more than this one. It will be a lipstick we already talked about. It's Lancome, my favorite lipstick. It will be hairband because like sometimes life gets very hot and it's nice to be comfortable. And it's a pen to write down all of the ideas. And that's pretty much it.
Nice and sweet. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Can you tell me a little bit about yourself, your name, what you do, and how long you've lived in the city?
I'm Darya. I lived in London since 2012, and I run a software development company called ITealist.
Nice. And what's the first thing you did this morning?
The fast thing. What does it mean, fast
The
thing?
very fast
The
thing.
first, like, I start every morning with like stretching out. It helps me get into the mood and wake up and feel the day, connect with the day before it even starts.
Oh, I love that. And can you describe your mood today in one word?
I would say enthusiastic.
Lovely. And describe your personal style.
My personal style is comfortable. I think that being comfortable is the most important thing. And when you like flow the way your energy is, it's much easier to be confident and happy. And yeah,
I love
would
that
say
response.
And by the way, this is Oscar. He's my assistant, or maybe I'm his. I don't know. That's very debatable. We might have different opinions on this matter.
I love that. And what does your style say before you even speak?
It's actually a very good question. I think that what speaks before we enter the room, or when we enter the room, and before we open our mouths and answer any questions, is our energy, much more than the style. We can wear the beautiful clothes, but unless we are happy and energized and confident inside, that will not be the case. So yeah, I would say that energy speaks for us and for me as well. And that can be different. On some days, the energy is very high. On some days, it might be low or, a little bit sad. That's okay. We're all humans. But yeah, I would say that energy comes before style.
I love that. And what role does jewelry play in how you express yourself?
It's actually a very nice question. And I think that the role of jewelry is sometimes to separate the everyday life from going out or feeling like romantic and dressing up for an occasion. So jewelry can like separate the things and show that the everyday life is over and now it's time to celebrate, for example.
Okay, so what's your star sign and do you believe in it?
Aquarius and nope.
Coffee or tea, and how do you take it?
Definitely coffee. I actually drink all sorts of coffee. I like lattes and cappuccinos. And one of my favorite, like thing in the morning, is a bulletproof coffee. When you mix it with butter and like blend it in, like to make it like a coffee with fat. This is my secret of when there's very little time in between meetings and you need a pick me up and your brain to switch on. This is an amazing secret. And in fact, I can see you've been very surprised. In fact, a lot of different cultures around the world are using this, and drinking like tea or coffee with animal fat is extremely ancient way of getting the energy fastly in. Strongly recommend you try it. And yes, this is probably my best way of drinking coffee in the morning.
That sounds fabulous. I think I'm going to try that, definitely.
I can make you one.
What's your go-to pump-up song?
That's a good question. Gotta pump it up. Those things changes all the time. Like in the morning, I was listening to a song that called "Who Keep Changing Your Mind," and that's like a wonderful pump it up kind of song. But in reality, yeah, this is changing daily.
Okay, cool. And what's your guilty pleasure on a lazy day?
Netflix, and in general doing nothing. And I think it's an very much overlooked tool. I think doing nothing is in general a biohacking tool. If you like follow your parameters on Whoop or Oura Ring, you will see that your energy and your recovery levels will be the most powerful. Not only just a good night of sleep, but after the day you actually rested and did nothing. And for anyone running the companies or having a very high performing job, it's an extremely important. I know that we're all very busy and we like to travel and do social things combining with work, but once a month, once every 2 weeks, giving ourselves a chance to rest is extremely important.
Sounds lovely. And if you had an extra hour in the day, how would you spend it?
I would spend it in nature.
Lovely. And what's one thing you do for yourself daily, no matter what?
You already know about my stretching habits and stretching routines. I also try to take cold showers on a daily basis. Also empowering, very much helps to focus. The same tool as bulletproof coffee
Even in wintertime.
Even more in wintertime sometimes, because like when your body is used to the cold, it's much easier to stay healthy during the winter months. It's actually makes you more comfortable in and uncomfortable, right?
I love that.
So yes, even in winter months.
Nice. And what's a small luxury you never compromise on?
Time with myself, to allow myself to be slow and to just slow down and take a moment, take a breather.
I love that. And what's your skincare routine essential?
I would say retinol. Really, really like it. Strongly recommended for many, 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 many potential issues.
Love that. And what's your favorite smell in the world?
Lavender.
Oh my God. Completely agree. And what's one beauty product you swear by?
That's a funny one. I have this Lancome lipstick, which my grandmother used to have years and years and years ago. And the content is so similar. They didn't change it at all. That it actually smells exactly as my grandmother's lipstick used to smell and always take me back to like childhood memories, but also love the color, love the quality. So yeah, Lancome lipstick. That would be.
I love that. And what's your favorite item in your wardrobe right now? So the favorite item in your wardrobe right now.
Oh my God. It will be t-shirt and top or maybe pajamas.
Oh, couldn't agree more. And what is your favorite color to feel powerful in, actually?
Favorite color is purple. Feeling powerful is probably red or black. I would say red, but in reality, do I wear red when I need to be powerful? It's kind of unlikely, but red dress, yeah, seems like a very empowering piece of clothes.
Nice. And what's one style rule you live by?
Feel the mood of the day and of the room, and first of all, yourself. Go with the mood rather than pre-made ideas or style scenario.
Love that. And what's your fashion guilty pleasure?
If I have unlimited money to spend and I have to spend it on clothes, I would buy a lot of bags. A lot of bags. I'm not even sure I would wear them or use them, but will I buy them? Yes, I would.
Oh, I love that. What item in your closet has the best story?
I'm going to show it to you. It's actually a piece of art, I would say. It's like a real painting on the jacket, made by Stuart Trevor, like the guy who started All Saints years and years ago.
Oh, nice.
And it's a recycled piece of jacket, like basically was used before.
Yeah.
And they just added this beautiful piece as a painting on top of it. And I love it. It's like creativity all over.
I would love to see that on you after this.
Yes, please.
Minimalist or maximalist? What's your aesthetic right now?
Definitely minimalism.
Okay.
Definitely.
And how do you hype yourself up before a big meeting or event?
Physical activity is great. In general, like doing too much non-stop is quite hurtful for concentration. So I think that changing in between sitting down, or interviewing someone or talking on the phone and just jumping or going for a little walk is very powerful and the best approach.
Sounds good. Email, call, or text. What's your work communication style?
Ideally text, but as we all know, people not always responsive. So I think the call is the most efficient one, and it's sometimes much easier to understand each other when you're actually talking rather than texting. But yeah, I like to avoid a little bit of stress, so texting is the most comfortable one.
What's one productivity hack you swear by?
Take breaks and be very realistic with what is your actual capacity to be present in what you're doing, rather than just sitting there and like trying to squeeze something from your brain which is not going out anymore. So yeah.
Such great advice. What's one question you ask yourself before saying yes to something new?
If I want to do it.
Okay.
I ask myself if that's something I want to do or not. And I try to be honest, while answering this.
Sounds good. And what's your favorite hidden gem in London?
I thought about it. I love Lincoln's Inn Field by Holborn. It's a little park that not many people even know about. Like you need to squeeze inside the buildings and then you get into this oasis in the middle of the city. I love this place, has a lot of energy. That was for a very long time, I used to live nearby. So it was my kind of place for a break during the day.
That sounds lovely. And who's someone in London you'd love to have coffee with?
It's also like a very good question because I'm all like business and building the company right now. I would probably enjoy having coffee with Nick Staronsky, the guy who runs Revolut.
Oh, right. Okay.
However, if we're going creative and in terms of like talent and inspiration, Akram Khan, a very famous dancer and choreographer. Okay. So yeah, two of those will make separately though.
Oh, I love that. I love that. What's the most inspiring building or space you've ever been in?
In London or in general?
Just generally.
In London, I would say like Tower Hill Bridge, but in the morning with no people, no tourists, it's a must. Yeah, let's go with this.
Yeah, agreed. It's so beautiful there. Who's someone you always call for honest advice?
My father.
Love that. What's one thing people often misunderstand about you?
I think that people give me too much credit in terms of how much confidence I have. And I'm actually feeling quite nervous before starting a lot of things. And I don't think that's visible. I think that everybody thinks that I'm like a badass and ready to go all the time. And I think that's very important to share with others how you feel sometimes, because I believe a lot of people cannot start something because they're waiting for this ideal feeling of like, oh my God, I know what I'm doing. The secret is like no one does. Yeah, just go for it and you will figure it out as we go.
Such great advice. What's a memory that always makes you smile?
A lot of memories mainly spent with friends. And I think this is very important to remember about when we bring so much work and responsibilities into our lives, that at the end of the day, things we look back into is like laugh with friends over like Aperol or coffee, overlooking the river, so those kind of things should be present.
And what's the most beautiful place you've ever been?
Probably Maldives, or basically any forest as well. So there will be nature for sure.
Nice. And where's your dream place to live for a year? If you could,
I would try New York. For 1 year. New York seems like a fun place to be.
And what's one souvenir you always try to bring back from your travels?
Souvenirs, not that much, because I try not to buy stuff which is not useful, and I don't like things that become rubbish after a while. However, we got really, really into buying art. Like, for example, this is a piece we bought from Chile recently after our recent travels. And art is something that I really like to invest in, and something that I want to be present in my home. So yeah, and it's nice to bring art from the countries you travel to.
Absolutely. I think that's the best keepsake in that way. And what's the last book you couldn't put down?
Yeah, that's a good question. We got prepared for this. This is one of the is it visible?
Yeah.
Super cool book called The Vagina Business. The name is very provocative. In reality, the book is about businesses in female health. Yeah, so everything that was invented for to promote female health. Very underrated market, and this is a super cool book, who's written by a lady I know, Marina, very talented journalist. So she's interviewing owners of those businesses.
Lovely.
Strongly recommend it.
When was the book published, if you don't mind me asking?
I know that it's like global distribution. I think Marina is based in UK, so I would guess so, but
Okay,
don't
cool.
know for sure.
Perfect. And what's a film or series you can rewatch endlessly?
Ooh, that's a good question. How I Met Your Mother.
Love that series.
I
Love
probably
it.
by now I probably know it by heart, so it will be like already kind of like I know what you're gonna say kind of moment. But yeah, definitely saw it much more than once.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
No, love the series. Who's your ultimate style icon?
Ultimate style icon. David Lynch. I don't know. I don't even know what the guy was wearing. I just like remember his personality so well, and I think that style, as I mentioned, for me is more from inside, and more like an attitude and behavior kind of thing, rather than clothes you wear. But yeah,
I love that
Lynch would be.
response. I love that response. Oh, Oscar is back. And what's your favorite way? Oh, I'll repeat that. I got distracted. What's your favorite way to unwind after a long day?
Taking a bus or going for a walk. Going for a walk and taking a bus, yeah.
Nice. And what's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
Love this question, love the opportunity to answer it. I remember I was going through quite a rough time a while back, and was like after partying with a friend of mine, we were just like drinking wine and talking, and she gave me a very good advice. She said, the only way out is through. Which strike quite well, Yeah, I think that's a very powerful thing.
Yeah.
Like if you're going through something difficult, just don't stop. What is the point? Yeah, like you don't want to get stuck to where it's unpleasant to be.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. That's really great advice, actually. What's a personal mantra you live by?
Trust your guts.
Lovely. And what's one hobby you'd love to master?
Painting. I would like to master painting. I actually started, and now like I'm doing very like slow and rare experiments about it. But yeah, this is something that I would like to do a little bit more professionally, maybe, but not too professionally. I would like to become better in it.
Oh, nice. And what's one app you can't live without?
One app.
Just one.
What do I? Oh, meditation apps. There'll be meditations app. Yeah. Or like Wim Hof breathing. When like it's like Wim Hof is a super popular biohacker and a guy who promote breathing exercise.
Okay.
So I breathe with his app.
Okay.
And yeah, I do like it.
Nice. Heels or flats?
Flats.
What's a fashion trend you hope never comes back?
A very low trousers for men. Like a low trousers that is showing a little bit of genitals. I really, really hope it will. First of all, I hope it left, and secondly, I really hope it will never come back, and no one else will have to deal with it.
I love that. What's a fashion trend you secretly love?
Mesh see-through dresses. Love that.
Oh yeah. Nice. And what's your favorite piece of art or artist?
Modigliani. I love Modigliani. I think he is the best painter ever existed in the world.
Modern or?
Modigliani.
I've never heard.
Like 18th century, I think he would be.
Okay, cool. I will need to check out.
And it might be 19th century.
Okay, cool. And what's your favorite season for fashion?
Probably winter gives more opportunity to dress up, right? Because in summer you're only thinking about how not to die, more or less. And winter or autumn will give a lot of chances to play with it.
Great response. What's one skill everyone should learn?
I don't know if that's a skill, but more like a quality. Trusting others and being able. Skill will be delegating. That's like extremely important and very, very powerful.
Agree with that. And what's one item on your bucket list?
Item to do on my bucket list, like traveling or action?
It can be anything. It could be sort of something you have your eye on to buy, or it could be where you want to travel next to.
I would like to go on like a boat traveling, like travel sailing. Yes, sailing would be a good one.
Have you ever?
I never thought about it as on the bucket list until now, but now I know. So yes, I would love to do that.
And last question, how would you like to be remembered?
In terms of legacy in business, I would like to be remembered as someone who like push the best out of people and actually help them to become better versions of themselves and open up their talents. I would like my team to remember me like that, and this is something I have to work towards, but definitely a dream.
Great responses, honestly. Thank you for that. So, as founder of ITealist and CEO of Wellbeing IQ, could you share what each company does and what it's all about?
ITealist does software development business for business. We are very powerful in terms of AI development. We develop a lot of chatbot, voice bots, but also software application. Very strong on healthcare, construction, funny enough on the contrast, and also fashion sometimes. So covering quite a lot of industry. I have a big team of over 30 developers. So this is the main business. And Wellbeing IQ is actually a company that's grown from ITealist. When one of our chatbot landed on the table of kidney health research in UK, and they asked us to build a similar solution for people living with kidney disabilities. So it's a project that's going to be a full-scale app to support people living with diabetes and kidney issues.
Nice. And when did you establish both companies, if you don't know?
ITealist was established a little bit less than 3 years ago, and Wellbeing IQ less than a year, but we're like in the process of actually launching it at the moment.
Wow, that's amazing. In less than 3 years, or slightly over 3 years, you've been able to sort of have such a huge team and, develop. That's remarkable.
Thank you. I would say that like one is a natural growth coming from another, because it's still app development, it's still software development. So we're using all our secrets and knowledge to basically build the app, but inspired by what we believe in. So even though like we usually believe in what our clients are achieving, but this one is more personal.
That's lovely. What first sparked your interest in tech and gave you the confidence to launch both companies actually on your own terms?
In terms of work, I always love tech, and particularly software. I find it extremely creative, despite of the fact that people see it as like tech and maybe a little bit of a boring industry. I think you can do so much with software. Software is everywhere, like literally surrounded us in any spectrum of life. And in terms of confidence, I think that it's more like do it even if you're afraid, and then the confidence will come, rather than wait for the moment when you're ready. That very likely not to ever happen. So I had a lot of doubts, and I nevertheless like did what was needed to be done, and basically life keeps going like that.
That's wonderful. And tech often sort of carries the reputation of being very fast, very competitive, quite impersonal. How do you bring empathy and intention into your work as a founder?
I think that it's partially true, partially not. Tech is indeed very competitive industry, especially now, because there's like so many ideas around that like sometimes copy each other, changing a little bit about it, but not quite. And you look out there's like million apps that are promoting the same solution. And competitive, yes, 1,000,000%. As getting more and more competitive. Nevertheless, empathy and character and charisma behind the tech, behind the founder, this is exactly what is defining the success or not. It's like saying, oh, there's like 500 jewelry brands. Maybe, but you will remember only one, right? So the amount of like soul and energy which we put into things defines them, rather than just tech or fashion or healthcare or whatever else it can be.
Such a great response. My next question is, what core value or belief shapes how you lead your business and your team?
It's a really good question. Probably always do what you actually believe in and take responsibility and accountability for your actions. Running your own business is basically saying I can do it on my own or with the help of other people, like trusting others, but nevertheless I can risk it all and like just go for it, which fundamentally means being accountable for your actions. And rather than saying, oh, something happened to me, saying I made it happen, or like, yes, I made a mistake, I've learned from my mistake, and I move forward with these lessons empowering me now. So probably accountability would be the word.
Excellent. And how has your cultural, personal, or creative identity influenced how you've built ITealist and Wellbeing IQ?
I actually thought about it before the interview, and that's a funny question because I thought you're going for something which is more on in terms of like our upbringing, our nationality, and cultural things. And in Eastern Europe, I'm from Belarus. People need to be experts in everything. Yeah, like in UK and in Western countries, more like you choose your subject and you go like really deep. In Eastern Europe, you will be judged if you can't do math and literature and history and cleaning and cooking at the same time. So this multitasking approach from the very early age, this is what school pushed you to be, and I think it's kind of good for entrepreneurial journey because, especially in the beginning, you have to be involved in a lot of things. And I'm not saying like I don't know how to code, for example. Yeah, and this is something that I trust other people in doing. However, doing a lot of things is important for a company owner.
I love that. And being a woman in tech can come with a pressure to sort of prove yourself. What mindset or ritual helps you stay grounded?
I have so many rituals and everyday rules that can respond to that. So I am a firm believer that meditation is a must for absolutely all of us, especially in like a fast-paced world, which is always changing. It's extremely important to connect with like yourself, with your mood, to answer the question of like, what do I want to do today? What I'm in the mood for? Or like just stop and think whether the same actions that we did yesterday apply for the goals today. And things like mindfulness, yoga, meditation, walking outside are extremely powerful for this and for setting up the mood.
Couldn't agree more. And what's one leadership lesson you learned the hard way, but you're actually grateful for now?
That's a good question, and it's a funny one. I think that think before reacting is an extremely good lesson that I definitely learned the hard way. I'm a very emotional person, and I can react much faster than sometimes I wish to. And especially when you work in the team and there is like a fast pace, like very high pressure environment, it's extremely tempting to like say something straight away. And sometimes it's much better to stop and think and to look inside what's actually happening and try to put yourself at the place of other people. And yeah, that's a good lesson.
I love that. And for women looking to break into the tech industry, what's one overlooked skill or mindset you think more people should cultivate?
Women as men can do absolutely anything. Yes, there is no limitations over who we should be. We can be surgeons, we can be models, we can be doctors, we can be coders. It doesn't matter our gender in general. And about breaking into it's probably going with your passion, going with who you really are without changing the identity much. It's not only in tech, it's even in any. I used to work in data centers industry before I started ITealist, and that's an extremely male dominant industry. There's no need to break into this. The need is for people to be themselves, to like work in their natural ways, and this is what actually changes the companies for the better. Having employees which are all very authentic.
I love that. Thank you so much. One word that defines you.
Happy.
One word your closest friend would use for you.
Daring.
One word that motivates you every morning.
Life.
Oh.
Life does motivate me every morning.
I love that response. One word that grounds you.
Gratitude.
One word that you're learning to embrace.
Trust.
One word that reminds you of your childhood.
Nature.
One word you want people to feel when they see you.
Calm.
One word you wish people felt more often.
Definitely joy.
One word that sums up your journey so far.
Oh, it was definitely fun. In every way possible.
One word to leave us with.
I want to leave you with love.
Lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you, Oscar, for your help.
That was perfect.